In today's video, let's go ahead and make Nightmare Before Christmas inspired Halloween decorations. So don't forget to subscribe and hit all post notifications so you don't miss out on any future videos. So starting off, we're going to go ahead and make Oogie Boogie's dice that is in the movie. So I'm just taking some air dry clay and splitting that into 2 equal parts as best as I can, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and shape these 2 pieces into a square shape. If you're having a hard time getting these like super square, I just went ahead and tapped this on the table with some pretty good pressure, and it just shapes it out really well and it gives it that sharp edge. So I don't know what happened to the footage on this, but all I did to create the little symbols on the dice was take a reference photo on the internet of Oogie Boogie's dice, and I sketched it out with a toothpick. And I wanted this to be slightly raised just like Oogie Boogie's dice, so I just took the toothpick and I pushed down the sides of it so it looked raised. And then if you need to smooth out any imperfections, just take a little bit of water and smooth that out. And then just going back and forth, looking at your photo, create each little symbol around the dice. I did skip just making the little like symbol at the bottom because no one's gonna see that, and so it'll sit perfectly well. But then I just did that with the other dice, and I let that dry for about a day. But the drying process will depend on how big you made your dice. Once your dice has dried, I took some real red acrylic paint that I got at Walmart for 50 cents, and I just painted this around all of the sides of my dice, and I did about 2 coats of the red. When you're adding your red paint, it's okay if you don't get into every little nook and cranny, cracks, whatever, because all that is just going to be covered with black, and that's what you really want inside of the lines. When the red paint has dried, I just took a small little brush and I just brushed the entire surface black, and making sure that I'm getting into every single line with that small brush. Then before the paint dries, I just took a semi-wet sponge brush and I just brushed it lightly over the top, and as you can see, the black stays into the lines. And then I did take a little bit of red paint to paint that over the symbol so it looked even more distressed. And then you'll just repeat this to both of your dice and on all sides. Then I just let mine dry overnight, and then the next day I took this glow-in-the-dark acrylic paint that I found. If this one wasn't too good, because I mean it did glow, but it doesn't glow as strong, so if you can find something that is a little bit stronger, I recommend that. But all I did was the same process, and I lightly painted thin coats of this acrylic glow-in-the-dark paint. Add as many coats as you want, and then go ahead and set it aside to dry. I also wanted to make the spoon that Sally tricks Dr. Finkelstein with, so I just took this wooden spoon that I got at Walmart for like $1 or so, and I just kind of sketched out where I wanted the holes to go. You're not going to really need that, but I just wanted a little guide of where and how big I wanted the holes to be. And because this spoon is only going to be for decorative purposes only, I went ahead and stained my spoon with dark walnut stain. And when doing this, just be sure that you are either outside or in a well ventilated area, because this stuff is super strong smelling. And then when you're done staining your spoon, just leave this outside to kind of soak up and dry. Leave it out there for a few hours or so, or until it is no longer wet. When the stain has fully dried, then go ahead and start carefully drilling your holes. When you're drilling out your holes, go ahead and start off super slow because you never know if your spoon is gonna break or if it can withstand like the power of the drill. So just start off slow and then just repeat that to all the other holes. And then when you're done with that, turn it around and you want to kind of sand off the rough edges on the back. I'm just using a nail file because I don't have any sandpaper, and it worked out completely fine, but you just want to get rid of those like sharp edges. And this was my favorite project out of all the DIYs, was Sally's spoon. And for the last DIY, I didn't forget those who just want to do an easy and cute DIY. So I took a picture frame and I printed out this image from my Wi-Fi printer. If you guys want to see what printer I'm talking about, I'll go ahead and leave a card to my last video of my Beetlejuice decorations where I show you how to use that. But this DIY was super simple and cute, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give this video a like, share it with your family and friends, and don't forget to subscribe on your way out. If you guys have any other video suggestions, leave them down in the comments below, or let me know which DIY was your favorite in this video, and I will see you guys all in my next one.